Hello, my name is Jay Gragnani and I'm here with the Dorsey Wright Minute for Egypt. And with the recent ending of Ramadan, what I wanted to do today is talk a little bit about how the stock market in Egypt specifically, but also across all other Mideast countries, how the stock market has performed during Ramadan historically, and well as more importantly and certainly more timely today, how the market has tended to perform after Ramadan. And what we did is we went back and we got some data just going back to 2005, so over the past 5 years, to look and see. And there's an old adage that typically, specifically for Egyptian stock markets, that Ramadan is typically a good thing for stocks. And when we look back at the numbers, this is certainly what we've seen. If we go back to 2005, with the exception of 2008, which is certainly an anomaly in all kinds of stock market worlds, but with the exception of 2008, every single year during the Ramadan period, the stock market advanced. And in some cases, very notably, for instance, back in 2009, during the Ramadan period, the EGX 30 index was up 8.27%. At the end of the day, when we average all this out, typically during the month-long period of Ramadan, the Egyptian 30 index is up typically about 1.5%. If we were to take out 2008, that number jumps all the way up to 4.5% or 4.9%, excuse me. So certainly the adage that holds that typically during that time period the market ends on a positive note. In 2010, this year was certainly no exception, as we saw the EGX 30 index once again advance by about 2%. With that return during the past month, what that has done now is taken the EGX 30 index to a gain year-to-date through the 9th, to a gain of 4.68%, and that's second best to all of the Mideastern, the broad-based big Mideastern countries and indexes that we follow within the stock market. So certainly a positive note there for Egypt. Perhaps more importantly, more timely though, going forward, what we found is that, and we look back to see over 1 month, a 3-month, and a 6-month period of time, how the Egyptian 30 index fared and how Egyptian stocks in general fared during that time period. And what we found is that in general it was pretty positive, specifically for the 3-month time period. The 3-month time period tended to be the best on average going back over the past 5 years, going back to 2005. What we found is that from the end of Ramadan going out exactly 3 months, on average the Egyptian 30 index was up about 5.5%. When we went out to the 6-month time period, up 3.8%. In the 1-month time period, it was almost, you could flip a coin as to whether it was going to be positive or negative over that time period. So the 1-month time period, no real sustainable or notable trend there. The bigger trend I think that's taking place within the research that we've done is the 3-month time period certainly tends to be a pretty good time period in the market, which would now lead us right into close to the end of the year if we were to go 3 months out now. So certainly looking at our research based on these historical trends, it would tend to bode well for the Egyptian stock market going forward through the end of the year. So with that, thank you for joining. Look forward to be back on with you. Thanks.